Welcome. Let's see if we can do a full box hunt. Let's see. Oh, I see a bicentennial right off the bat. So we're on. I think I'm going to do half the box in one video, half the box in another, and probably link them together. It's a little bit easier for me and space-wise. But we're going to do the left side first and the right side. Oh. And we'll see if we can find some silver, see what all we can find. And space too. Space and time. That's why we're going to split it up this week. But we will get the whole video out at one time. And I won't shift anything around. But for the space desk, it is so much easier to do half a box. But hopefully we can add to that tally sheet. The other box, I have two 40% pieces so far, which is amazing. This looks super thick. Nope, just 2023. That's probably what this is too. Yep. I was checking to see if they're proofs. And hopefully everybody had a safe 4th of July. I know that was a little bit ago, but I did not look up like I usually do how many people went to the hospital from fireworks related injuries. I still remember Jason Pierre-Paul, seeing that report on Facebook, and he was out of the NFL for a little bit as he recovered. I mean, it seems every year there is one or two, or a bunch really. Ooh, look at that. That shimmer. I'll set that up here. Yeah, I mean, everybody knows it's a dangerous time, and people still get hurt. People get hurt every day. But I always try to think safety first, but you know, some things just happen weirdly. Of course, then I see a video, somebody somehow lit a firework upside down and it shot off into the ground and spread. So it happens. I know the ones, we live in a state where it can't go so high above the ground, and my niece is young, so she gets scared just with the ground fireworks. So we see all the other fireworks going around up in the air and point them out to her, but even the ground fireworks this year, some of them shot up into the tree line. And they weren't supposed to go that high. Must have got some out-of-state fireworks. But it's just a few, so I think it's just really good set-off, I guess. I don't know. But if you guys get big fireworks, how much do you usually spend on the fireworks display if you set them off yourself? Since the niece is young, and then we're expecting, it was just the Costco pack. I don't even remember how much they went for. But I do recall people spending hundreds of dollars on their own display, which is crazy to me. But if that's what people want to do, that's what people want to do. Of course, that brings it right back to the financial part. After we look, there's so many sparkly lines. If you are one that pays a lot of money for the fireworks display, do you save up over time, or do you just get it all, put it on a credit card, and pay it off over time? Now, how do you save for such an event? I mean, I would imagine over time you just $20 here, $20 there, and it adds up. But then when you listen to statistics, and a lot of people don't even have $1,000 saved up for an emergency or anything like that, it's kind of wild to believe that people are buying their own fireworks instead of going to see a display that's free. Granted, I understand getting in and out of some of those is a nightmare. Always has, always will be. But you can also pick and choose which ones you go to, which is the nice part about it. Or get close enough to where you see them and then you can get out. Like, I know one location, there's a parking garage not too far away. You can see everything right from the parking garage, and you can hightail it out. But I think either way you're gonna get stuck. I don't know. I remember when I went to, as a kid, see the fireworks, people would leave before the best part, the finale. That always tripped me up. Like, you're gonna sit in traffic either way, and why are you cutting out the best part? But everybody has their own timeline, own agenda. Maybe it helped them get home 20 minutes quicker. I don't know. I could say the same thing about speeding. I've yet to see it pay off. Then you get pulled over and then your time's all jacked up. That's just me. can't say I am the best. I sped the other day. There was nobody on the road. It was super nice. But had I got pulled over, I would have been pissed. Luckily, there's a couple cars in front of me going faster, so. And there was a car behind me, too. That is a real shiny 89. I'll set that in the, that pile. I try to make sure I'm not the leader or the last one if I'm going fast. Right in the middle. Come on, silver. Had yard sale where we were selling a bunch of things, and somebody asked about coins because I had foreign coins posted, but somebody came and picked up the whole lot that I had. And I told them I had a 40%er I was willing to sell. And then told them like $5 for 40%er. They're going every bit of that online. He looked at me like, they're not worth that much. They're only going for $3. I was like, silver's at the time of the making of the video was $30 for an ounce. I'm like, that's not right. I get this is a yard sale, but at a certain point, certain things are above yard sale status, I think. I've been to plenty of estate sales where they have it and it's marked up higher than what you'd pay going to a silver shop. So it just really depends, but he tried to I thought it was funny. He was like, I'm a collector. I didn't have the heart to tell him I am a hunter, and I watch the prices pretty regularly. I mean, I knew on the top of my head it was 30, hovering around $30 that day. So I even pulled up eBay and showed him, but he didn't want to hear it. So I thought it was funny. But have you guys ever had an experience like that where you're trying to sell something or you're trying to buy something? Either one. Somebody's telling you, it's worth less or more than what it actually is. I don't think I was being unreasonable, but maybe I was, maybe I wasn't, but you guys will let me know. I'm pretty sure I was spot on. But of course, I'm also in a position I don't have to sell if I don't want to sell. The wife loves to do the yard sale because she likes to have family come over and make kind of a day out of it. She said it was too damn hot though this time. But we had a lot of visitors, so she's like, we need April or May. And I looked at her and laughed. I was like, you know, that's rainy season. You're gonna get canceled, which is how we got this date. But we'll see. Next year's a different year. And if you go to yard sales or host them, drop a thumbs up or leave a comment. Always curious to see how many people. It's definitely a. Why does that look white? Not a practice that is often held. I remember growing up, we would go, not every week, but we'd go pretty often. And then with the apps now, you can kind of see if there's. My wife loves to post pictures of it and update it the day of, so people know. Put a couple of the hot topic items to draw some people in, and I think it's going fairly well. And whenever we go, if we go, we do the same thing with that, trying to find different ones. But and we've been to some where they are priced like it's a brand new item, and I think having gone to a lot of yard sales, when we host it, we know we're just trying to get some money and not trying to get top dollar. But depending on the area we go to, we actually avoid certain areas now because of that. We found that the majority of the people want the top dollar in certain areas, and when there's no deals to be made. There's no deals. Now granted, I can honestly say I'm not like Jeff Foxworthy. I have never bought something just to put in my own yard sale. So, not that bad yet. So as the yard sales go on, the stuff does seem to be going away. So luckily between my parents and her parents, they have a house full of stuff that they don't really need or use. So we always hit them up beforehand, grab some stuff off their hands that they don't want to throw in. And I built a big storage rack in the garage to house some of the stuff. In the middle, in the waiting periods between yard sales, because totes are stacking them. I hate stacking totes, because then if you want the one at the bottom, you gotta move them all, put them back up. So I built a big storage rack, 5 rows across, or you can get 5 across, 4 up and down. It's working out fairly nice. After the last yard sale, we labeled some of the totes so we know exactly what's in them. Of course, some of the totes at the end is just miscellaneous, because the tote that was full no longer full. I can add something else in it. But what else do you guys do to pass your time? Or how do you guys get rid of old stuff? Do you guys just donate it to Goodwill? What do you guys do? I don't think... Well, there's definitely a lot of yard sales, so I know some people do it. Again, not trying to get rich off of it. Make a few dollars, get rid of some things. I should have had, it was too hot. So I should have had the grill going and smoke some food. Since it's an all-day process, get that going. But I messed up. I didn't. It was also super hot, so a lot of people though. So that was good. But on to the next topic. On the top of my head as I break up a new box. How's everybody doing? I want to thank you guys for the support, likes, shares, views, everybody that has purchased from the eBay store. I thank you. Of course, we're hunting silver. We found what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yep, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 40 percenters. The last two will be going on eBay. If we find any more 40s, they'll be going. Like I said, I don't know how I'm gonna bundle them up yet. Probably do a couple at a time. Do like a lot. Because I don't want them to get lost in the mail. And that's happened a few times so far, so if we can avoid that, that would be great. And then with a few coins, the shipping won't be as big of a deal, I'm thinking. But I'll be running that down here soon. I think I'm putting that all together. But like I said, at least the first couple are going to be an auction based. Because I wanted to stay up for at least a week. So people know that silver's starting to be sold. I want to change the razor blade out on that, but at the same time, it's a very unique razor blade, and I would cut myself a lot worse than what I do now. So it's definitely dull. Yeah, but thank you guys all for the support, the likes, the follows. Not monetized on YouTube or Instagram. I just do it for a hobby. Don't care to be monetized, as I said before. For the eBay sales and all sales, 10% is going to go to help people. We're putting together the fund now. Ooh. Is it 40? Is it 90? Let's find out. I'm going to say 90. Ooh, 40. 69. Where's my pen? Gonna make a new tally and go the other way. So there we go. First silver of the box. And it's a 40. So that's 3. But gonna help people. I don't know how yet. Don't know anything. Talk to my dad about it. And if I did do a charity, it would be for St. Jude, the hospital. They do so much for the parents of the sick without having a bill, and same with the kids, you know, they're miracle workers. So if I was to just donate it to a charity, it would be going to them. I'm not sure if that's the method I'm going to take yet. Because I do like the random acts of helping as well. So maybe I might split it up depending on how much. Like I said, up in the air. Towards Christmas, I might think about doing something for Toys for Tots. I don't know. But definitely want to give back to a community that has treated me well. Even especially since, like I said, this is the hobby. I'm still going to be able to invest and grow, and I think it's the right thing to do. That's what it is. If you have any suggestions, you know, leave a comment and we'll look into it, or I'll look into it. I don't know why I keep saying will. It's just me. I'll look into it. I might actually keep going. I'm doing good. One space. So we're halfway through the box now. Found 1 silver, 140. Yeah, give them back. I don't know. After that one girl's reaction where I saw her actually smiling, walking away when she was super sad, you know, maybe it had nothing to do with me, but maybe it was the sign that, you know, it's time. So, and then I use Google, and I use an Excel sheet, so I was just able to do a formula to do the 10%. So I don't even have to think about how much it is. It just tells me. Whenever I input the payout, it'll just tell me the updated number, which is amazing. Which also means the more purchases, the higher that number goes. I'm not taking out the value of the coin. I guess the only time I would do that is if, no, I wouldn't. I was gonna say if I sold something for like $1, but the next coin would make up for that, so I'm not worried. And it's based on the overall sales for the week anyway. So I get paid out weekly from eBay. I think I chose weekly because it helps ensure there's money in the bank to pull out for the next set of coins. Because when I first started, I was more reliant on that, but now it's not an issue like that. But then to change it now would be more work than I would need to do. I'm in it's just repetitive at this point. So I know what to do every week. It's kind of nice having that routine. All right. 30 minutes in, we're already more than halfway done the box. It took me less time to do a box of halves than it did a box of pennies, which I do halves more, so not surprising, but at the same time, proud of that. Pennies, I'm also looking for a bunch more different things to separate, like the copper, wheat, there's foreign, a lot of different things. So, it's always a little bit more looking at dates, and you got the estimate marks that pop up routinely with the pennies. That I like to put aside. No other reason than I like it. Ooh, wrong spot. I do have a question for all the people that do sell coins and go through them. Where do you sell your coins at? Obviously, I'm on eBay under the same name. And if you search Whitesquirrelcoins, my listings will show up. I do not pay for an account, so it is a little messy. But think we're looking into creating an account for my wife here soon. But where else do you list them? I know I get a bunch of like pictures of people's coins on Instagram, but usually they're tagged with eBay. So I was just curious if there's another place people actually listed coins to sell. And what kind of coins, percentage that they, well, I don't need the percentage, I'll look into that, but because I messaged one guy and, you know, it's very interesting. Of course, I got the eBay message that their international program has expanded. I usually don't ship internationally, just by myself. And sold one, paid like way more money than what I had it listed for. So I thought that was crazy. But I guess if you want something, you want it. Money is just a tool to get you what you need and want. But of course, I would say you gotta be smart about it in your spending. That's just from watching a lot of financial videos. Then of course now, you know, I watched one and I thought it was real good. They were talking about people starting the financial videos. They're starting to take a hit because they're talking about showing their, like, how they invest or whatever, especially with the one NFT that like got shot down real quick and a lot of people lost money on. I forget what it was called on top of my head. But a lot of people were promoting it. Even one of the guys from Shark Tank. And talking about how they're taking a hit, and a lot of people don't like the financial videos because there's only so much content you can create. And I do think that is true. I think the content like what Dave Ramsey and Caleb Hammer are doing, where they're auditing or fielding questions, will last Ramsey will last a lot longer. He has been doing it. I think Caleb will do fairly well because it's, again, real life circumstances and not how do I get $20 a day to $1 million or whatever the tag is investing. So I think that generally they're out there to help people. I don't know how they're flipping the script or anything like that. I think I heard there's an application for the one. I'm just gonna take this box away if I can grab. Haha. But obviously they're going in there selling the content, which is what's making them the money from the video. So I don't know, financial coaching is a thing. Maybe down the line I'll look into that as I get myself, because I don't want to be in a place where people don't want to be coaching somebody. That's not who people want to listen to. They want a person that has done well. So working it. I mean, if I went to somebody and I had more money in the bank than them, but they had a BMW, I'd think about it. Like, do I really want advice from them? Because then I'll be driving a Mercedes, and then nothing positive comes out of it. And I got $5 in the bank. So I'm thinking about it long term, maybe, but always going to be hunting. Can't pass up a good deal. I still have that college mentality of if it's free, it's for me. And that's essentially what hunting is. Obviously, you got to buy the box, but generally speaking, you pay $500, you get $500 back in coins. You might lose $1 or $2 here and there because they short a roll. I don't know who to complain to about that. I usually just shake it off. It's all in the... It's a wash. I find 2 silver pieces. I lost $2 on the next box. I'll be alright. A little frustrating when it happens, though. Granted, but what can you do? I think it's more frustrating if it's a newer box. Like if I didn't get to create any content doing the box. But we've been fortunate the last couple boxes. We will be ordering another couple boxes here soon. Try to stay ahead of the game. You never know when you're going to open up a box that's all new coins, which I do post. I get them. I don't hide. Show the real view. I try to make sure I'm open, honest about the ins and outs of coin hunting. You see, when I get a roll that has $8 instead of 10, it's all on here. I don't when I get the brand new boxes, though, I don't sit there and go through them on video. So that's just not, you're not finding anything ever. So I will say I don't do that, because there's no chance in the silver. I could talk, but I feel you guys aren't here to hear me talk all the time. Maybe some of you are. I'll keep that one. Set that aside. But regardless, I think that posting everything is the best format. You'll see the real, the ugly, the good, the bad. So we found 5 silver pieces in a box, and we haven't found anything in a month. So, not fairy tale. Sometimes feels like fairy tale, I guess, if we're finding a lot. But a whole box, we got 1 so far. Could have more still, obviously. We still got, what, 8 more rolls. And I guess in the law, I like to put together the special find videos of all the finds. I just did one. I'm not going to do one for a little bit. Try to have it like every 6 months or something, where you guys can go back and see all the silver pools. That takes a little bit of work putting together, because I got to cut all the videos. That's fun. The highlight section, I guess. Some people just want to see the highlights, and I get it. Can't believe this is second year, or second, yeah, about the second year. First year we started a little bit later in the game, later in the year, but we were trying to identify the place that would order the coins for us. Closer look at that. Because without talking to the people, you never know who's going to order coins for you. Luckily, I just walked in and asked if they would, and they said, yeah, we do it for somebody else. Now they see me more than they care to, I guess. But I'm friendly. Ooh. That crescent. That side. He got burnt. Also, update on the garden. Well, I got 5 things left. My mother-in-law's tomatoes, she had Romas, had a she came back from for a vacation and noticed a lot of her aromas had dark spots on the bottom. And it was from lack of watering. We went over to water them, I think once. But I noticed some of mine, I don't have the aromas. I had like the Better Boys, or have the Better Boys. I had some of it too. I'm like, there's no way that's from me watering it, because I usually water them twice a day. Especially since it's so hot. Make sure they got plenty of water. So if you know anything about gardens and why that is occurring when they got plenty of water, feel free. But for the 4 zucchini so far, got a bunch more growing. A couple tomatoes so far. Some of them are ripening up on the vine, but we're gonna have a decent amount. Handful of cherry tomatoes so far, so we're starting to get the fruit in. Butternut squash and jalapenos have a bunch. And we got all last year we were able to get 3, and we got 3 at a good size now, with 2 more coming in. The butternut squash, those things are expensive in the store, and they freeze real well when you cube them up. So that was one of the reasons behind that. Wanted to plant them again. Of course, I didn't plant cucumbers again. And midway the other week, she was like, we should have planted cucumbers, my wife. We didn't replant them because last year we didn't really eat them. And we didn't can them or pickle them, so I wasn't putting in effort for that. Gave most of them away. So it was just one of those darned if you do, darned if you don't situations where you just can't win. Just wanted to look at him and be like, do you hear the words coming out of your mouth? We had a bunch of them actually last year. They did fairly well, and we don't have the biggest space for the garden currently, so I don't have, the zucchini and butternut squash currently take up most of it, because they're big. Zucchini is a big bush, and the butternut is running everywhere. So I planned for that, so I didn't have cucumbers to have more things run. But maybe we'll expand it again. We expanded it gave ourselves a little bit more room to cut down on what we did this year. So maybe we'll expand again a little bit next year. I built a garden box to house some strawberries, some basil, some rosemary. Goes great on steaks, fresh out of the garden. Cooking. And I'm drying out basil, putting it into a airtight jar. So we'll have our own dried basil. When you open up that jar, oh, it smells so good. And I'm looking into canning the tomatoes. Make some sauce instead of having to buy it. I have a friend that his family, they do a whole canning day or tomato sauce day. So I told him, I was like, you're gonna have to show me. Teach me the ways. That's one of those I want to be self-sufficient things. Because they were saying last year they made like 100 and some cans. Or jars, I should say. Jeez. And they still had some from last year. Alright, so box update. 1 silver piece, 69. Got this glossy tone half, along with these other good looking pieces. Got this overtone. Why did I pull this one aside? The white. Just wanted to look at that closer. And this super bad condition 74. But we did find silver. So that's our third out of the 2 boxes so far, and we're gonna hunt more of the other box with 3 rolls a day. And I will catch you guys later.